Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the CHANAKYA Dialogues English. You can find illegal Pakistanis in Saudi Arabia. You can find illegal Pakistanis in UK, US, Australia, UAE, you name the country, I'm sure there are dozens of Pakistanis. You see what is the similarity between Pakistan and Hamas? Apart from the fact that both are terrorist entities, Pakistan as a nation is a terrorist entity and Hamas. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the CHANAKYA Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, especially those of our friends who watch our videos very regularly but have not subscribed. Please subscribe, gives us a lot of motivation to do even better for you. Now, the first news, of course, is from Pakistan. Very funny. You see, ever since Pakistan was created, 1947, 14th of October, the Pakistanis have reached everywhere across the world. They've reached everywhere. But the Pakistanis have not managed to reach Palestine. I don't know. You can find illegal Pakistanis in Saudi Arabia. You can find illegal Pakistanis in UK, US, Australia, UAE, you name the country. I'm sure there are dozens of Pakistanis in Greenland also. Swindling the polar bear. Or probably, scamming the penguins. I don't know. But at the same time, you don't have any Pakistanis who are actually in Gaza. So all this is verbal. Now what has happened is, Maulana Fazlur Rahman. Now Maulana Fazlur Rahman is a religious scholar. He's the leader of a political party, Jamaatul Ulema Islami Pakistan. And Maulana Fazlur Rahman actually went to Qatar. This guy, Maulana Fazlur Rahman, rather than going to Palestine, he went to Qatar. Qatar is a lovely place. It has first world infrastructure, lots of money. The Sheikh are rich. So Maulana Fazlur Rahman went to Qatar. And after going to Qatar, he met the leadership of Hamas, in which he met Hamas leaders Khalid Mashal and Ismail Haniya. Now, he met Khalid Mashal and Ismail Haniya. Now, you see what is the similarity between Pakistan and Hamas? Apart from the fact that both are terrorist entities, Pakistan as a nation is a terrorist entity and Hamas as an organization is a terrorist entity. All their leaders are abroad. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you see Pakistan, all their leaders are abroad. Nawaz Sharif stayed half his life abroad. He's just come back. Shehbaz Sharif, after being the prime minister, after he was, after he left the position of the prime minister, he went abroad. Benazir Bhutto was abroad. Parvez Musharraf died abroad. All their army chiefs are abroad. The same line, the same philosophy holds true for Hamas. There Khalid Mashal and this Haniya and everybody is abroad. No leader worth its name, the top-ranking leadership of Hamas, is not in Gaza. So who's facing the bombs and the missiles of the Israelis? Who's the one who's actually fighting with the Israelis? The lower-level guys. The top guys are in Qatar. You see, probably have palatial houses in Doha. There's a guy, I saw somewhere on Twitter that one leader of Hamas had a net worth of $5 billion US. Now, I don't know whether that is confirmed or not, but I'm just sharing it with you because I read it there on Twitter. So, Maulana Fazlur Rahman says Israel is attempting to change the status quo in Palestine through oppression and injustice, trying to alter the status of Al-Aqsa Mosque. Palestinians are not only fighting for their land but also waging a battle for the freedom of Al-Aqsa, fulfilling the duty of the Muslim Ummah. All this is fraud. This whole Muslim Ummah thing is absolute fraud. Alright? This man, Maulana, is also a fraud. I'll tell you why this Maulana is a fraud. He's a thief. And in Pakistan, he's called a thief. Imran Khan has called him a thief so many times. I'll just prove why he's a thief. This Maulana. And this Al-Aqsa Mosque. Go into the history of Al-Aqsa Mosque. And please understand what is the Temple on the Mount. So, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who is talking about Al-Aqsa Mosque, especially these guys, these Hamas terrorists and these Pakistani terrorists, all of them are. What about the Temple Mount? What exactly is the Temple Mount? Was Al-Aqsa Mosque built by Muslims? I'm not saying Muslims don't have a right. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that was Al-Aqsa Mosque the original structure built by Muslims? And if it was, what is the Temple Mount? What is the Temple Mount? Go to internet, forget about what I'm saying, go and research. Alright? So, the time has come for the Muslim Ummah to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Palestinian brothers in the field. This is what Maulana Diesel said. Now, why is he called Maulana Diesel? This man is a thief. This man is a charlatan. He's a thief. During the prime ministership of Benazir Bhutto between 1993 and 1996, he took several permits for diesel. for the distribution of diesel. He took several permits and he established a diesel business in Pakistan using his links with the government. This Maulana in Pakistan is known as Maulana Diesel. Ladies and gentlemen, please go to YouTube or please go to Google and Twitter and just type Maulana Diesel. This man is the object of ridicule in Pakistan. Just imagine, if Pakistanis are making fun of you, you must have done something really weird. Because this entire nation is weird. Alright? Most of the Pakistanis are weird. But if those weirdos are making fun of one weirdo, you can imagine what a big weirdo that guy must be. That is Maulana Diesel for you, who is saying, stand shoulder to shoulder the Muslim Ummah. This thief who's stolen money from Pakistanis, he's saying that, we should stand shoulder to shoulder with the Muslim Ummah. I'm saying, where is the Muslim Ummah? It's missing in action. There is nothing called the Muslim Ummah. It is just a fabrication. There is nothing like that. Otherwise, why isn't Maulana Diesel going to Palestine? I want to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, all this thing about Muslim Ummah, it's absolute baloney. It's nonsense. It does not exist. It only exists in the minds of people who believe fantastic stories. Now, I want to ask, Maulana Diesel is in Qatar. He's in Doha. He's meeting with the two clowns from Hamas. I want to know, why are those two clowns? I'll take the name of those clowns again because they are funny names. One guy, his name is Khalid Mashal. This Khalid Mashal and Ismail Hania. Why are these two Hamas leaders in Qatar? Why are they not fighting the Jews? Why are they not fighting the Jews? Can you please tell me why they're not fighting the Jews? They are not fighting the Jews because they are scared of their lives. They're sitting comfortably in those palatial homes in Qatar. And they're not fighting the Jews. And this Maulana Diesel, this fraud who should have been in jail, but unfortunately, he was part of the government. The earlier government, he was part of it. He was part of the PDM. In fact, the entire PDM should have been in jail instead of Imran Khan. But Maulana Diesel says everybody should fight against the Israelis. The Muslim Ummah should come together. I want to ask Maulana, what in God's name are you doing in Qatar? Why are you not in Palestine? Why are you not in Gaza, carrying your corpulent 150 kilo body and fighting jihad? I want to ask the Maulana why. Why in God's name is he in Qatar? Why is he not in Gaza? Like so many other Pakistanis who tend to talk big, who tend to talk about jihad, and then they eat and they go to sleep. All the jihads are in their dreams. There is no jihad happening on ground. There is no jihad. Because, what is wrong with Pakistan? Ladies and gentlemen, what is wrong with Pakistan is that everybody wants the next martyr, the next quote-unquote shaheed to come from the neighbor's house. They'll say, I will sacrifice my children, I will do this. That's all nonsense. They want to sacrifice somebody else's children. This is exactly, what Diesel is doing? Diesel Maulana is doing exactly what his generals have done. They have sent generations of stupid, illiterate Pakistanis to die in Kashmir, but not one general's son, all right? Not one army officer's son was ever sent to Kashmir to fight against the Indian Armed Forces. Not one. Why? Because jihad is for the poor man. This is what this guy, this fraud, Khalid Mashal and the other fraud, Ismail Hania, this is what they're telling the Palestinians. You poor Palestinians, jihad is for you. I'm going to enjoy with my family in Doha, in Qatar. I'm going to have a good life. Who the hell are you? Go get lost. Okay. Now, from fraud to another fraud. This is a smaller fraud. Don't fly Air India after November 19th, says Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. We ask Sikhs not to fly on Air India on 19th November. There will be a global blockade and AI will not be allowed to fly anywhere across the world on 19th November. This is my warning to the government of India. We will liberate Punjab. The name of these airports will be Shahid Bian Singh and Shahid Satwant Singh Airport. A real threat to repeat the 1985 bombing of Air India Boeing 747 Kanishka victims. All right. Good. Excellent. Now, Pannu, my dear little fox, my Lomdi, my fox Pannu. First of all, forget about Pannu. My appeal to all Indians, irrespective of your caste, your creed, your color, your religion, make sure that all flight bookings go full on 19th of November. And since he has said this to Sikhs, I request my Sikhs brothers and sisters to please utilize Air India. Right? Utilize Air India on that day wherever you're taking a flight and fly on that day. it's important that you give a slap to Pannu. Because my Sikh brothers and sisters, if you are quiet, and I know why a majority of you are quiet, because you say that these people, Khalistanis, are idiots. We don't want to get involved with them. We want to do, our work. But you must speak out. If you do not speak out, Pannu says everybody agrees with me. Because Pannu says that if you are silent, you are complicit. So it is incumbent upon all of us, not just Sikhs, Hindus and Muslims and Christians also, Jains and Buddhists, Indians of every caste, creed, religion, race, whatever. Stand forth and make sure that this guy, anyway, Pannu will fail. But a message needs to be given because Pannu is a clown. And today I request the government of Punjab, and I'm going to try and speak separately, seek a meeting with somebody senior in the government of Punjab and say that, sir, please bulldoze Pannu's house. Any asset that Pannu has should be bulldozed. And it should be streamed live on television that this used to be Pannu's house. I believe Pannu has got I think he's got 2-3 houses in Punjab. All those 3 houses should be bulldozed, irrespective of who's living. Give them money, give them separate house to live in. Anybody who's living in Pannu's house, because they are not guilty, obviously. I mean, yeah, it must be feeling like hell to be related to Pannu. Give them another house, shift them safely to another house, and then bulldoze Pannu's house. I think that is what Pannu deserves. No more of Pannu. I think we've had enough of Pannu for one day. But Pannu, if you don't do anything on the 19th, you understand what I'm saying, Gurpatwan Singh Pannu? If you don't do anything on 19th of November, Pannu, I'm going to come to US and kick you because you're such a fraud and you're going to be walking for the rest of your life looking behind your back. This is not a threat. This is the words of love from one person to the other. All right. And now Israeli minister says that dropping atomic bomb on Gaza an option. PM Netanyahu reacts. So, in an interview with Radio Kol Berema, Heritage Minister Amihai Eliyahu said that this is one of the possibilities. He is of Itamar Ben-Gvir's far-right party. He's not part of the cabinet. And he said, we won't hand the Nazis humanitarian aid. There is no such thing as uninvolved civilians in Gaza. The minister was quoted as saying. Said anyone waving a Palestinian flag or Hamas flag shouldn't continue living on the face of the earth. So Benjamin Netanyahu has condemned it. Basically what is... Okay, I just want to get into it for 2 minutes, all right? So here is an Israeli minister who says, some random politician, he says that he should drop an atom bomb. Now, obviously, this is one guy who's not involved in security matters or their security council, or they have that security team. So he's not involved there. So his saying means nothing. But since he's a minister, since he's a senior politician, since he belongs to a party, obviously, media has picked this up. Now, obviously, Israel is a responsible power. But ladies and gentlemen, I leave you with just one small little thought, just one thought. If Iran had a nuclear bomb, if Hamas had nuclear weapons, or if Hezbollah had nuclear weapons and Israel did not, do you think they would have waited all these years? No. No. They would have dropped the atom bomb on Israel long back. Because this is a criminal syndicate. This Iran, this Hezbollah, this Hamas, this entire thing is a criminal syndicate. And when I say Iran, I do not mean the people of Iran, who I love, whom I respect. These mad mullahs of Tehran, they are a criminal enterprise. They are terrorists. And these are the people they're trying to build an atom bomb, and the day they have an atom bomb, they'll start threatening Israel directly. And the day they have an atom bomb, trust you me, Hamas will have a dirty bomb. Hamas will have a dirty bomb. It's time for the United States of America to understand that as long as in its current construct, Iran exists. When I say current construct, I mean, you see, that these mad mullahs of Tehran, as long as they are in power, there can be no peace in this world because they are terror sympathizers and they are themselves terrorists, right? So ladies and gentlemen, with this, I come to the end of my video now for your comments and your questions. Rakhi Avasthi. Rakhi ji is asking, why aren't Muslim brothers for other Muslim countries raising their voice against their Afghani Muslim brothers for the atrocities by their Pakistani Muslim brothers? Where are those who raise placards for the Palestinians? Why this differentiation, hypocrisy? Of course, the entire Muslim Ummah is full of hypocrisy. All these countries have that. You know, their leaders are hypocrites, all of them. I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the leaders. All of them are hypocrites. Pakistan can kill Afghans. Pakistan can launch terror attacks inside Afghanistan, nobody will say anything. Because if you ask Pakistanis, being Muslims, why are you killing Muslims? Pakistan will say, oh, Islamophobia. You see, there is hypocrisy. Today, Pakistan is doing it. Pakistan is calling the Afghans terrorists. Tomorrow, America will write a check of $5 billion, right? $5 billion. And they give it to Pakistan. The army chief of Pakistan will say that all Afghans are his father. Pakistan has got no moral caliber whatsoever. You throw money, Pakistanis will dance, right? So your question is this, that why aren't Muslim countries leading the world? No. See, one Indian Muslim, and which is unfortunate, which we condemn. I, as a practicing Hindu, condemn any Muslim dying in a riot or, dying in a lynching. Hindus have died in the lynching. But for a moment, let me give an example, because I'm giving a separate example. So I'm not going to get into that debate, because many Hindus have also died in lynching and riots, killed by Muslims. And Muslims have been killed by Hindus in India. That is the truth. The fact of the matter is, if one Muslim dies, the entire Muslim Ummah comes together to condemn it. All right? Okay, done. Why not? Even we condemn it, you also condemn it, no problem. If that Muslim has died in India, if an Indian Muslim has been killed for whatever reason, it's wrong, and the globe must condemn, I welcome it. But 100 Muslims die in the blink of an eye in a mosque suicide blast in Pakistan, and nobody says anything. Then I ask the Muslim Ummah, why are you looking towards India? What right do you have to comment on India? This is what I don't like. So heaven forbid if something happens in India, right? I'm going to raise my voice against the Muslim Ummah because of this underlying hypocrisy. Dr. Harshal Mehta. The recent statement by Honorable Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh Ji urging the Indian Army to prepare for the unexpected after Israel's Hamas attack. What does the statement clearly indicate? No, it doesn't indicate anything. Indian Army is supposed to be prepared for the unexpected, because in war there is nothing which is expected. You know through your intelligence sources, through your satellite images, that the enemy is preparing for war. But the nature of war, Harshal, has changed. And the nature of war is that, you go, right? You use proxies. You use drones. So, you see, while the space for conventional war exists, and it will always exist, space for conventional war. I'm not saying conventional war is out, no. But I'm saying now there are other facets to war. And one of the facets is this, that suddenly non-state actors will attack. Suddenly there'll be explosions. Suddenly there'll be a narrative building on social media and mainstream media. This is called fifth generation warfare, and this is something that you have to watch out for 24/7. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.